Thanks for coming in today. Scottsdale, Arizona. This is where we're starting our home field advantage. VATSIM Flying Club event this afternoon. Thank you for coming in today, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the Mooney, the Ovation, gray and red. If I ever owned a Mooney, this is exactly how I would get it painted. Absolutely 100%. This is how I would get it painted if I was to get a Mooney. Captain Timothy, it's usable. We'll just call it that. Hopefully it's not too stuttery. And, you know, we're just kind of, we're going with it. You know, we're going to see what happens with the stream today. But thank you for coming in today. Let's go inside the airplane. It'll be a little quieter. Let's also get the Discord awakened so we can listen to this briefing that Brant Nyberg is going to be providing to us here shortly for the VATSIM Flying Club event. The briefing's going to start in just over 2 minutes, so we'll wait for the briefing. Captain Timothy, sounds good. You have fun. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh yeah, I have very much enjoyed this Carinata Mooney so far. Definitely. Do I think it's worth the full $30? I don't know about that, but it's definitely a solid airplane in Flight Sim 2020. No denying that. Yeah, we're going to leave the airplane off for the time being until the briefing happens, which should be starting here in just under 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and kill the music as we prepare for the brief. And get you guys a view of Brant's screen, since he's going to be the one providing us with the briefing today. Pull up Twitch on my phone so I can keep an eye on the chat while I'm on my second screen here. Pretty good crowd in the Discord right now here, chat. Not bad for a Saturday afternoon. It's 2 o'clock in the Eastern Time Zone. Thanks for coming in today, everyone. Brant's put together a good one. I think he's making this into a series, this home field advantage, for those of you that actually responded to his survey that he put out. I believe it was in November. So let's have some fun. Brant, it's all yours.
Indeed, Mike. Thanks very much, guys, again for coming in. As he did mention, this is the first of a monthly event that has been an awful lot of fun so far. I just toss all the airfields that were submitted in the questionnaire we had a while back, do a little random number drawing, and the first one that came out was Scottsdale. So that's a pretty good one to start with because there's a lot of great places to fly down here. The 4 featured aircraft, or 4 featured airports in today's Snowbird event are Scottsdale, Flagstaff, Grand Canyon, and Sedona. Now the event briefing is it's kind of well, it has some flexibility. If you want to start in Scottsdale and fly a round trip ending back in Scottsdale, you can. If you want to start up north in Grand Canyon and do the same thing, you can. There are a couple of, well, there's an optional sightseeing leg through the Grand Canyon itself if you want to do that. But the main idea here is just to do some VFR flying around this incredibly beautiful area. And we're lucky we've got some ATC coverage. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, with a deal like this, if you have center control, they kind of like it if you do request flight following, because they can keep track of you a little more easily as you're transitioning different airspaces. And Mike, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that's sort of the plan, I think, is to have some flight following legs from Scottsdale up to either Flagstaff or Sedona. Really, truly, you could break it up that way if you wanted to as you were heading north. You're going to end up at Grand Canyon National Park if you're heading north. Then you'll decide if you want to do that VFR tour through the Grand Canyon National Park. If you were here for that Cannonball Run, you'll know what I'm talking about. Jeffrey did point out that really, truly, if you were to do that, you're supposed to be a commercial aircraft. It's not really a route that GA aircraft are supposed to fly. But I think we could probably bend the rules on that one a little bit if we had to. Anyway, then once you get up north to Grand Canyon, you'll head south and go VFR either back down to Sedona or Flagstaff, whichever one you didn't hit on the way up, and you'll end in Scottsdale. Or, like I say, if you want to adjust the route and have a different starting and finishing point, you sure can. It's a little bit of a longer trip, so I think most people are loading up in something that's, Mooney-ish, or, something that can get you about 160 to 180. But if you are in a low and slow and you just want to make it a one-way trip, I mean, rock on. That's totally up to you. The weather, of course, in real life is not conducive to VFR, so feel free to make an adjustment. Just make a note in your flight plans. And I think, for the most part, that's about it. Anything to add, Mike, or any questions?
Yeah, it's going to be a sim weather VFR in the remarks kind of event. The irony of this being the Snowbirds event, where we're supposed to be escaping from the cold and going to sunny, warm trip in Arizona, and it's probably one of the coldest days in Arizona in like the last year. But otherwise, nothing else to add. Like Brant said, it's a very open-ended event for you guys. I know most of us, I see the bulk of us are starting at Scottsdale. It looks like there is an approach controller online now. That Phoenix approach is going to be covering Scottsdale, so he's going to be the first one to talk to on 28.65. And I would recommend getting the flight following this afternoon. Are there any questions?
Nope, all good.
Enjoy. Thanks for coming. We'll see you in the skies.
Sure.
Have fun. All right, chat. Let's come back here to the main screen. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to get my stuff organized here. Let's get the music back going. Wish your stream was more healthy. I appreciate your skills much more than most streamers. I appreciate you saying that, Captain Timothy. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if the stream is going to work well enough today. So far, I haven't had any drop framed issues. We'll see if hopefully it's not super stuttery the whole time. But let's go ahead and get this Mooney started. This thing is easy peasy. Turn the key and watch it go. We are going to have to keep in mind, I got to remember that I'm going to have to switch fuel tanks, because this aircraft does not switch the fuel tanks automatically. So that's something I need to keep in mind personally, because I do tend to forget that at times in the sim. Obviously in real life I would never, but in the sim sometimes you get a little lax with that. I'll try to remember. I'm going to go ahead and put my route into the GPS just to kind of really have it. I do plan on going with the autopilot on, but mostly just kind of heading my way through to all these places so we can kind of get a good view of the scenery along the way. But I am going to get a little quick flight plan in here, and it's a pain in the butt the way this freaking Garmin works in the sim, so it's going to take me a hot minute to put this in. But we're going to go Scottsdale to Flagstaff, to Grand Canyon National, to Sedona, and then that's probably it. I don't think I'm going to make the return leg all the way to Scottsdale. I'm probably just going to do the 3 legs, hit up all 4 of the airports and call it good. I'm not going to do the Grand Canyon special stuff either. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling the perfect today, physically or mentally, so I apologize in advance for what might be a bit of a half-ass stream, but I will do my best to stay somewhat entertaining, and we'll let the views in the sim kind of do the talking today. But yeah, let's have some fun. Right, GCN. And then Sedona will be our final stop. We'll do the nice scenic Sedona as our last to finish the stream strong here. So those are all in. Very good. Perfect. So all that's good. So at least we have some kind of reference now in terms of distance and all that, so that we can talk to ATC, because it does look like we have full ATC coverage at the moment.
They said that there was a tower coming in. Not sure.
Right now it's approach on 128.65 until there's a tower.
But he wouldn't.
Yeah, I think they wanted us all to wait for tower.
Yeah, because I just asked for the clearance on the 128.65 and he said wait for the tower.
Okay.
I'm tempted to request an IFR departure and ask for VFR on top.
It's like there's 13 of us on the ground right now in Scottsdale. It's a good number. I think a few people still working on loading up the sims.
Yeah, he just log on.
And don't all jump at once. Let them get set up and let's try not to step on each other. Wait and
That's
see what
always the
that
challenge, isn't it?
tower frequency is going to be here, chat. I am in the Mooney today, Broccoli the Great. Carinado Mooney. Absolutely. If, like I said, if I was to ever own a Mooney, this is 100,000% exactly how I'd get it painted. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's how I would do it. $19.9 is the tower.
Ready to taxi.
Roger, will advise when ready to taxi November 1 to Lima Papa.
Go ahead and pull the parking brake and get on, ready to taxi out here.
Castle Town, November 0 Delta Whiskey, clearance to Flagstaff. Number 800 Delta Whiskey. You are cleared to Flagstaff Airport via radar vectors knob and then as filed. Initial altitude will be 8,000. You can expect 12,000 0 minutes after departure. Departure frequencies with me, squawk 1000. Clear Flagstaff radar vectors knob 8,120 on flight 12,010 and squawk 1,000. And number 800 Delta Whiskey, readback is correct. Startup is at your discretion, advise and ready to taxi. And I do have a change of beacon code for you, new transponder code 0735. 0735, no worries, 40 Delta Whiskey. Thanks, man. We'll advise and ready to taxi.
Tower, good afternoon. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie. Looks like we're going to be short of Alpha 5 taxi with VFR flight following to Flagstaff.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, runway 12, taxi via Alpha.
1-2 taxi via Alpha 4 Mike Charlie. So runway 12. Just confirm you mean runway 21.
That's correct, sorry, runway 21.
21 via Alpha 4 Mike Charlie.
And Scuttle Tower.
Kind of just cutting through the middle of nowhere here, chat. I gotta make this left turn on Alpha for runway 21.
November 122 Lima Papa, runway 12, taxi via Alpha, give way to the Mooney coming behind you.
Taxi via Alpha, I will give way to the Mooney. To Lima Papa.
He said 1-2 again, chat.
Scottsdale Tower, good day. November 7 Lima X-ray with information India VFR departure to the north for Flagstaff.
I gotta remember to turn my
Flight
G's
following
on before I
requested.
forget. We have the landing rate meter.
November 7 Lima X-ray, are you ready to taxi, or are you just let me know you're ready to go?
Ready to go. 7 Lima X-ray.
Number 7 Lima X-ray, runway 12, taxi via Alpha, you'll be following a couple of Moonies headed out.
Runway 21 via Alpha, follow the traffic. November 7 Lima X-ray.
So the weather in real world here is garbage. So I have the sim just set manually to VFR clear, so we're just gonna go clear weather, calm winds the whole day. Because the real weather, it's all IFR, so it's one of those things that just kind of is what it is for today. You know, the one time it's bad weather in Arizona is the day we're trying to do an event, of
Charlie
course.
Lima Whiskey X-ray, Scottsdale Tower, good afternoon. Sir,
What can you do?
Your filed cruise altitude is invalid for your direction of flight. I can offer you 8,000 or 6,000. I'm going to guess you're probably going to want 8,000 to get over, and you're actually probably going to need to go higher to get over the mountains.
10,000.
Discord.
10,000.
All right, 10,000 it is for Golf Lima, or Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
Hauling some butt on this taxi doing 33 ground speed. In real life, there's absolutely
All
zero
right,
chance that
Golf,
I would taxi that fast.
Sorry, Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray. You are cleared to Flagstaff Airport via radar vectors. Phoenix VOR. Then, as filed, initial altitude will be 8,000. You can expect
15 on the ground here at
10,000 once
Scottsdale,
you're after
chat,
departure.
not
Departure
bad.
frequency is going to be on 128.65. Squawk 0731.
We do have one guy starting at Grand Canyon National, so I count 16
Cleared to Flagstaff.
ATC.
Radar vector is Phoenix, then it's filed, climb
17, because we do have one of our flying club members controlling.
Departure frequency 128.65, squawk 0731.
Right now my
Charlie Golf
count
Lima Whiskey
is 17 for the flying club for the event.
Lima Whiskey X-ray, Rebecca is correct. Advise when ready to taxi. You can expect runway 21 for departure.
Expect runway 21 for departure. Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray right, is ready to taxi.
Flagstaff Tower, November 49, South PA, India River taxi.
Mooney 4, Mike Charlie's ready.
Got you 5x5. November 124, Mike Charlie, squawk 0733.
0733.
Or November Delta Whiskey South.
Oh my God.
Number 800 Delta Whiskey, runway 12, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 21 via Alpha 40 Delta.
Scottsdale Tower, good afternoon, November 40 India Bravo Echo.
general aviation ramp on the north side of the airfield. VFR flight to Flagstaff, 3500, request taxi.
November 40 India Bravo X-ray, or correct, Echo. Runway 12 taxi via Alpha. I'll have a beacon quit for you shortly.
Runway 12 taxi via Alpha, thanks. November 40 India Bravo Echo.
Sorry, my apologies. Runway 21, it's guys. My dyslexia is working real well today. November 124, Mike Charlie, wind 150 at 7, altimeter 2992, VFR departure to the north approved, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff to the north, off of runway 21, Mooney 124, Mike Charlie.
Scottsdale Tower, November 489, Echo Foxtrot.
November 489, Echo Foxtrot, Scottsdale Tower, go ahead.
Cirrus, 9 Echo Foxtrot at General Aviation Transient Ramp.
Alright, do it.
India ready to taxi VFR departure.
Alright, November 489, Echo Foxtrot, runway 21 via Alpha.
Runway 21 via Alpha, 9 Echo Foxtrot.
Attention all aircraft on the ground. If you do not have taxi instructions, I'll be moving you over to Scottsdale ground shortly. If you have taxi instructions, just remain with me. Stand by.
Mic check.
5 by 5.
Pause rate, gear up.
Twice for taxi.
I think you got stepped on both times, buddy. Sorry. Try him again.
Charlie Golf Lane Whiskey X-ray, still awaiting taxi instructions.
He's going to tell you to wait till ground gets on. You just
November 40 India Bravo X-ray or Echo, contact Scottsdale ground on. Let's see here. Contact Scottsdale ground.
Make our right turn to the north here.
Contact Scottsdale ground on 121.6. Now get you moving. Right, attention all aircraft on this frequency. If you do not currently have the taxi instructions, contact Scottsdale ground on 121.6. November 124, Mike Charlie, contact departure 128.65. Good day.
2865 for Mike Charlie. Departure, good afternoon. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie. VFR 3500. Like flight following to Flagstaff.
LA Center, Vision Jet 410.
Mooney.
On the ground again.
Discord.
Grand Canyon.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie. Are you on the ground? Oh. Mooney 14, Mike Charlie. Phoenix, approach squawk 0707.
Alright, 0707 for 4 Mike Charlie. We're just departed out of Scottsdale, heading north. Altitude now 4,000, climbing VFR, flight following at Flagstaff.
November 4, Mike Charlie. Thank you. Radar contact 2 to the south of the Scottsdale Airport. Maintain VFR. Scottsdale altimeter is 29908.
I believe you meant to the north, but we'll maintain VFR for Mike Charlie.
Alaska 928, welcome to Phoenix. On Foxtrot, cross 25 right at Foxtrot 6, Echo 6, Echo.
We're on our way, chat.
So
let's go ahead and get the, actually, you know what, we'll keep that 25 squared for the climb.
Alaska 928, I totally forgot. Cross 25 right, Foxtrot 6, contact ground 132.55, sorry.
Alright, we'll contact ground on the other
25 squared, keep that going for the climb.
928, have a good one.
Number 5, Foxtrot, contact Albuquerque Center 127.85.
9,500 feet, chat.
27.85.
Flagstaff is at 7,000 feet elevation, so it makes sense just to go to 95. So we won't have to descend a whole heck of a lot when we get up to Flagstaff. That's going to help us avoid all the mountainous area around here, too, coming out of Scottsdale. as we say goodbye to the Phoenix metro area.
Albuquerque, sorry, Phoenix approach. You want me over to ground, 1041 heavy, we're departing.
American 1041, welcome to Phoenix, left to enable ground 132.55, good night.
Over to ground, 3255, have a good day, 1041 heavy. I don't know what that Delta's doing, he's sitting there.
Yeah, neither do I, I'm trying to figure that out. Delta 17782 Phoenix approach.
Mountainous terrain over here.
Approach, this is Delta 1772 with you.
Delta 1772, thanks for finally responding to me. Runway 26, let's try it again. Bravo to runway 26, please.
Feisty controllers today, chat.
Hello, departure. This is Lima Papa at
Kitty Monster, thanks for coming in today.
Leaving runway 21 on Scottsdale.
I'm a little on the sluggish side today, chat.
Approach. Hello,
Physically and mentally not feeling 100%. So I do apologize if I'm a little, if I kind of get like tunnel vision on the flying and don't pay too much attention to chat. I do apologize in advance, guys. Not giving you my finest today, unfortunately. And, you guys deserve better. So I'm just going to apologize ahead of time.
Maintain VFR.
Got a little bit of a headache going and just mentally feeling a little off today. But we're here because it's a flying club event. And always love to participate, obviously, with the Virtue Safe Flying Club. My baby. Brant's put together a good one for us. We've got 17 participating so far. So it'll be a solid event. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to partake in it, even though I'm not feeling at my best. Hopefully feeling a little bit better tomorrow for my birthday when I turn 29. Hopefully this headache goes away. I got some friends coming up from Long Island tomorrow to kind of hang out with, so I probably won't stream again until Tuesday for the next Virtue Safe Flying Club event, which is going to be the Wyoming Free-For-All. Again, that's coming up on Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern on the 26th. The Wyoming Free-For-All at the Flying Club. I don't remember the name of all the airports. I already kind of forgot. But Jackson Hole is pretty much the feature right there. And, of course, Riverton, where Brant lives. That'll be featured as well. So that's coming up on Tuesday. That'll probably be the next time I stream after today, doing that Flying Club event. Not even a little pre-celebration last night, Kitty Monster. I just have like a sinus thing going on this morning. I just woke up and my head felt like a balloon and my ears have been crack-a-lacking all morning and I've got a headache and I've been running my nose. So it's just been, you know, not exactly an ideal start to the day. So I'm hoping that by tonight I'll clear out so that I will be able to celebrate correctly tomorrow. And then mentally I've just been feeling a little bit off. It's just a lot of work stuff kind of weighing on me a little bit. So, you know. Everyone has those moments, and I'm certainly not immune to that. So, you know, maybe just a combination of not feeling great and all what's been going on is just kind of got me a little bit off today. But like I said, I'm here, I'm flying, and you know, I'm doing something that I love. So you can't beat it. You know, even when I'm down, doing something like this always kind of cheers me up. And I appreciate you guys being here along for the ride. Okay, we're going to 9.5, so we're getting close to our altitude here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the, if I can get the sim to cooperate, I'm going to bring back this climb rate. So that way I can just
Mike Charlie, contact Phoenix approach 133.57. Have a great flight.
13357 for Mike Charlie. See you. Approach, good afternoon. Mooney 124 Mike Charlie. We're going to be coming up on 9,500 VFR.
24 Mike Charlie, Arctic.
So yeah, bear with me, guys, if I seem like I'm a little slow and sluggish. Like I said, I apologize. Y'all deserve better when I'm streaming, but I will try and do my best to entertain. Go ahead and cap this altitude right meow. There's our 9,500 that we're going to cruisy-roozy at. Let's pick up some speed here. Our manifold pressure, we're just going to keep the throttle full. Let's bring the prop back. Go Go 2300 on the RPM. Let's get the mixture back. Should have been pulling the mixture back a while ago. Get that into the green. That's going to give us a little bit more power. Save some fuel. Let's go ahead and switch the fuel tanks while I'm at it. We can try and keep those as evenly balanced as we can. Kenny's got to do the dishes. Sounds good. Right about there, and we'll got ourselves cleaned up and cruise along, and we can see we're picking up some speed here. Really, 1 hour and 6 minutes en route. That seems a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Maybe not. This is the longest leg for the route that we have going, so that kind of makes sense maybe then. Maybe I'll go faster if I pull the prop back even more. Let's do 2200 RPM. There we go. We'll go 2200 RPM on the prop. Grab every little bit of juice we can out of this Mooney.
Grand Canyon VFR staff. Get rolling to the hotel, Alpha, tower, left out 500.
Nothing too crazy about what we're doing right now. Took off out of Scottsdale down here. We're flying up to Flagstaff. So we'll have a nice amount of terrain. The mountains are going to pick up the elevation at Flagstaff 7,000 feet. So we won't be that high above the field even by the time we get there just now. Obviously real world weather. Look at that. 3 miles broken 800. There's a reason why we're doing sim weather VFR. You got Grand Canyon National will be our next stop right up here. And then we'll come down and do Sedona as our last and final stop. You're going to have to say that one more time for 4 Mike Charlie. I apologize.
24 Mike Charlie, contact Phoenix approach 128.65.
2865, 4 Mike Charlie.
Number 40 India Bravo Echo Phoenix approach. Hello, ident.
Approach, good afternoon. Mooney 124 Mike Charlie, VFR 9500.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, welcome back. Number 1 Bravo Echo, thank you. Radar contact 1.5 to the south of the Scottsdale Airport. Maintain VFR. Scottsdale.
Beautiful terrain out here as we make our way up to Flagstaff. Even better off the right side there, chat. The little lake action going on right there. Starting to get some of that red rock as we get closer towards Flagstaff, Sedona area.
Southwest 1057, wind 1506 runway 25 right,
nice.
Takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 25 right, Southwest 1067.
Remember India Bravo Echo, traffic, let's say 1 o'clock, 2 miles, 6,200. It's a Beechcraft 58.
November 40 India Bravo Echo, looking out, thanks.
Looks like everyone's starting to roll out of Scottsdale. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I count 18 Flying Club members, so we are up to 18 on the count. Not bad for a Saturday afternoon. Cruising along in a Mooney.
Sirius 9 Echo Foxtrot Phoenix approach. Hello, ident.
With beautiful red rock all around us. Said I really am enjoying the scenery on this lake.
India Bravo Echo, we'll stay on 3,500 because of the base load.
Beautiful. Roger. Number 9 Echo Foxtrot, thanks for radar contact 2 to the south of the Scottsdale Airport, right on course for cruise, Scottsdale altimeter 29902.
Right on course.
Phoenix departure, Alaska 202, holding short, runway 25 right.
Alaska 202, Phoenix approach, runway 25 right.
Mooney, it's saying it's going to take us roughly 59 minutes to get to
Delta 1772,
Flagstaff.
contact Albuquerque Center 12785, good night.
So this is a lengthy leg.
Number 4, Mike Charlie, Prescott altimeter 2990.
90, thanks.
Delta 1067, radar contacts to altitude.
This doesn't make sense. Estimated time en route. I
4000
wonder if
Southwest
that's...
1067.
Maybe that's to our destination because we have this flight plan in.
Up to flight level 210.
There's no way it's going to
Southwest
take us 58 minutes to go 56 miles if we're doing 184 ground speed. So this has got to be for the full route that it's telling us that it's going to be 58 minutes. So we're 55 miles out. Yeah, there's no way that it's going to take us 58 minutes to get to
departure Twin Cessna
so it'll be a lot
Papa
sooner than that. That's
is
just telling me how long it's going to take to get the end of the entire flight plan. I
3100.
don't like that it's doing that.
Number 4, Whiskey Papa, Phoenix approach, hello, IDA.
Maybe if I do this...
IDA, 114 Whiskey Papa.
That's better. Okay, that's what we need to
Number 4,
do.
Whiskey
So,
Papa,
yeah, okay.
thanks.
We only got
Radar
about
contact
17 minutes to get
to the
to Flagstaff. See, that
southwest
makes more
of
sense, Chad. I was wondering why I was
southeast of the
saying
Scottsdale
that it was
Airport.
going to take us over
Maintain
an hour to
VFR
get
left turn
there.
on course approved,
It didn't make
Scottsdale
any sense to me at
altimeter
all.
2902.
Now we've got it sorted.
Alright, maintain VFR, left turn approved. Twin Cessna 114 Papa, thanks.
Oscar 202,
make
wind
absolutely
1506,
sense.
runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
So obviously now that makes
Takeoff, Alaska 202.
way more sense now. I'm going to put this into nav. I'll get right on course here to Flagstaff because we don't have to go very far from where we're at already on the heading. Yeah, that well and truly does make more sense now. Let's go and mess around with these showcase cams. I like this one. Great view of the airplane and of the beauty of the sim. So yeah, about 16 minutes to Flagstaff. Again, that really does truly make more sense. Because it was not making sense for it to be 55 minutes like it was. So again, I can't believe, and I've said this once or twice already on chat, or on stream rather, but I can't believe that Garmin let the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 people, Asobo or whoever, put their name on this for something that doesn't function anywhere close to the real GNS 530. Not even close to the functionality of the real thing. But yet they let them put their name on it, so I mean, I guess it's all about that, you know, it's all about that marketing.
Number 2, Lima Papa, Prescott altimeter 2990.
3400. Block.
Number 2, Lima Papa, Prescott altimeter 2990.
You're a little quiet.
2990, thank you.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray Phoenix approach, hello, ident.
Ident, Charlie Golf 21, yes, sir.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, thank you. Radar contact 2 to the south of the Scottsdale Airport. Climb and maintain 10,000. Proceed direct Phoenix.
Climb and maintain 10,000, direct Sagan.
Proceed direct the Phoenix VOR.
Direct Phoenix VOR, Charlie Golf 21, yes, sir.
Southwest 1067, contact Albuquerque Center 12785. Good night.
27.85 Southwest 1067. Have a good one.
Coming up on a little riverbed right here. Be interesting if there's any water in it.
traffic. Fishjet 410 Hotel Alpha has exited Fossil Canyon corridor on the west end, heading due south at 12,500.
Jeffrey, you might have push-to-talk binded to both.
Number 4 Whiskey Papa, traffic 12 o'clock, 6 miles, 8,000. This is here at SR22.
Stops arbitrarily without warning.
That is weird.
Traffic in sight.
It is a really, really nice view off the left there. I could just sit there and stare at it if it was the real world, that's for sure.
Hey, departure, good afternoon, Mooney 11816, climbing.
Obviously, I would check and make sure the airplane's
Mooney 11816, Phoenix approach, hello, IDET.
Quiet Discord.
IDET for 11816.
About 12 minutes out from...
Mooney 816, thank you, radar contact 1.5 miles to the west of the Scottsdale Airport, maintain VFR, on course approved, Scottsdale altimeter 29902.
On course approved, November 11816.
Number 7, Lima X-ray, Prescott altimeter 29902.
Fuel is balanced right now, so we'll wait until it
2990,
gets a little
November
bit lower
7,
on the
Lima
right
X-ray.
before we switch back to the left tank. As long as you do it every 30 minutes or so, changing the fuel, you're alright. You just don't want to get too big of an imbalance on the fuel where the plane's going to start to fly crooked. Let's pull up. The Flagstaff Tower is 3455. 3455.
Oscar 202, contact Albuquerque Center
For the
12785.
tower, the ATIS is 25.8. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a text ATIS sheet here.
Contact Albuquerque Center
So we got ATIS Alpha. Again, we're going to ignore the weather other than the wind. The wind 220 at 20, so we're going to be
Phoenix
planning
departure,
on
Navajo 86,
runway
Sierra, passing 2,400.
21. So runway 21 over here at Flagstaff is what we're going to plan on with the winds 220 at 20 knots. We're not worried about the weather or anything like that in terms of the visibilities or anything.
Number 8682 Sierra,
So
Phoenix
that's
approach,
all we
hello,
need,
IDET.
ATIS Alpha, and we're planning on runway 21.
Number 820, thank you, radar
Prescott
contact
area, and the
2
Prescott
to the
Airport's
west
going
of
to be out
the
off of our
Scottsdale
left
Airport,
lane there,
on course
according to our
approved,
GPS.
maintain VFR,
Out there
Scottsdale
in a
altimeter
distance, probably like way
29902.
behind over here on the ridge. Probably not
Navajo
going to physically see
8682
it.
Sierra, proceed
It's out
on
there.
course, maintain VFR.
Okay, you can start to see all Sedona here with all the really red rock. That's going to be Sedona coming up. So that's going to look real pretty when we start to go past it there. And then, of course, we're going to make our final stop at Sedona. So
Looks like November 7, Lima X-ray is right up my ass.
Number 7, Lima X-ray, Prescott altimeter 29990.
90 on the altimeter, November 7, Lima X-ray.
just realized the music's a little low. If I'm not talking a whole lot because I'm feeling a little bit lackadaisical, I might as well have the music playing a little bit louder so you guys can have something to listen to other than just the purr of the engine.
Number 0, Delta Whiskey, Prescott altimeter 29990.
90.
So I've never flown in this area a whole lot, chat. The Sedona area. I've never flown into Sedona, but I have been to Sedona, and I have been to the airport, and I have been able to see all the sights and the beautiful mountains and the red rock and everything over there. And it is
Cirrus 245 Charlie
absolutely
Delta,
gorgeous.
2,800 feet.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Cirrus 245 Charlie Delta, Phoenix approach, hello,
I
ident.
can hear you, Dave, but you're getting pretty quiet.
Ident 245 Charlie
It's
Delta.
just beautiful, beautiful landscapes out here. I have so many great pictures that I took when I was out hiking with my buddy Ian out in Sedona. Just beautiful, beautiful landscapes. And a beautiful town in general.
Departure Delta
Just
21,
awesome
level
downtown
10,000,
Sedona
direct
was.
out.
Would really love to go back there
approach, hello, ident.
someday in the future, no doubt.
Here comes the flash Delta 2.
Number 5 Charlie Delta, thank you. Radar contact 2 to the west of the Scottsdale Airport. On course approved, maintain VFR Scottsdale altimeter 29902.
We'll maintain VFR 245 Charlie Delta.
Delta 21, thank you. Radar contact 8 to the south of the Flagstaff Airport at 10,000. Number 2 Lima Papa, traffic alert, traffic 12 o'clock, 1 mile, 8,800. VFR Epic aircraft report in sight.
I got it in sight. Lima Papa.
2 Lima Papa, roger. If you want to back off just a little bit, looks like he's going to be climbing up to you.
Really nice
Roger,
landscapes.
Lima Papa.
Take a look at it from inside the airplane where it's just a
Delta
little bit
21, turn
quieter.
right direct Juicewell.
Turn right direct Juicewell, Delta 1.
And you can see the Sedona Airport right here on this hilltop. We'll be coming back to that, like I said, for the last leg this evening. That'll be our final stop is Sedona. So we're just waving as we pass on by. For now, on our way to Flagstaff.
Number 9er Echo Foxtrot, Prescott altimeter 29990.
Roger, 9 Echo Foxtrot.
Approach Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, cancel flight following at this time.
Mooney 4, Mike Charlie, roger. Radar service terminated, squawk and maintain VFR frequency change approved. Good night.
Frequency change approved for Mike Charlie. Thank you for the service. Switch over to the tower and start getting ready 20 miles out here. Get onto a little bit of a quieter frequency. There's nobody online covering Grand Canyon at the moment because LA Center went off. So we'll probably be on Unicom on the next leg, so I'm just going to put 22 for now. But we will be talking to Flagstaff Tower here momentarily. Get a little bit closer, we'll give them a call of 10-15 miles out. In the meantime, we should really be still appreciating this view that we have of Sedona as we pass here off, have it pass here off our left wing, excuse me. You can see the Sedona Airport right here on the hilltop. It's the city of Sedona right here. Very beautiful, lots of red rock. Hiking in some of these, I don't remember if it was this one or these ones over here, but we went hiking, I think it was these right here, went hiking over here. There's the Devil's Kitchen, or Devil's Sink, I forget what it's called, over there. A few other really nice places over here. Just absolutely beautiful. And even the sim, it just doesn't do it justice, but it is nice in the sim with all the red rock, and you can kind of get the scale and levels, but then you look at the real thing, and obviously the sim definitely can't do that justice to just how awesome this area really does look. A little traffic out there, you see that, chat? Might be hard for you guys to see on the stream. So again, I've been to Sedona Airport, but only on foot. I've never actually flown in or landed or taken off out of Sedona. We happened to stop at the airport, and there's actually a nice little lookout over downtown right near the airport that we stopped and checked out when I was visiting Sedona. That was really nice. Flagstaff Tower, good afternoon. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie's 15 to the south with Alpha inbound for a full stop.
Number 124, Mike Charlie, Flagstaff Tower, good afternoon. Enter left downwind runway 21. Flagstaff landing runway 21, the wind 22020 on the altimeter is 2988.
Left downwind for runway 21, Mooney 124, Mike Charlie. Just as we predicted, chat, left downwind for 21. We'll get down to the traffic pattern altitude is going to be, I believe it is 8,100. Yes, it is. So I'm going to just get a real slow descent going here. If I can get the mouse to cooperate. There we go. Down to 8,100 feet. And what'll happen is when we start getting closer to that altitude, 8,100 feet, we'll just take the autopilot off and hand fly it the rest of the way in. I do have the G's meter going, so make sure you get those landing rate guesses in. We can wait till we get a little bit closer to those 11 miles out. Yeah, that is a very nice area of the country, and I hope to go back someday, and I will. At some point, I will definitely go back and do another day or two over in Sedona and a few other areas around in Arizona with my buddy who lives out there, because it was really super nice. If I zoom in with the old downwind sim binoculars, I should, and sure enough, here's the field right here. We can see the nice long runway coming up right here, chat. So we're going to be perfectly, what we're doing right now is going to enter us perfectly in for a left downwind, a 45 for a left downwind runway 21. So we do not have to adjust our course at all. We're just slowly getting down to that traffic pattern altitude, and then we'll hand fly it in, do a left downwind entry. But like I said, we're pretty much perfectly going to be entering the 45 for the left downwind from where we're at right now. So that works. That's a beautiful thing that it works out that way. Look at the conga line we've got going here, chat. It looks like I'm leading the charge. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Still a couple guys on the ground, all kind of making our way up to Flagstaff here. Big old conga line. Looks really nice on VATSIM when they see us all kind of grouped in a nice little orderly line like we're in right now. So very nicely done by the Virtual USA Flying Club members so far this afternoon. Put the prop full, and we're going to start pulling the power back and start slowing up as we get closer here. And we do have the option of spoilers on this little Mooney, so we will put those out if we need to slow down a little bit more. And I'm going to switch the fuel tank to the more full tank here for the landing now. So this is where I'm going to disconnect the autopilot. And we're going to take it by hand here the rest of the way as we get ready to enter this left downwind for runway 21. So if you want, now is the time. If you want to start putting landing rate guesses in chat, now would be the time to do it. Just put in a number, positive or negative, it means the same. You do not need to do exclamation point predict. And again, you're not playing for any prizes, just a little bit of pride to be had if you want for the landing rate guesses on this channel. Let's go ahead and put those spoilers out. If we look to the left, you can see the little thing right out there. That's the old spoiler. Help us get a little bit slower here. Get the first notch flaps in so we can then take the spoilers up. We can also put the gear down. Kenny with his typical 173, as expected. Again, if you're watching the stream and you want to put in a landing rate guess, feel free. Just type a number in the chat.
Report Mike Charlie, wind 220 at 20, runway 21, clear to land.
21, clear to land. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie. So we are clear to land. And we are established in our left downwind.
Flagstaff Tower, good day, November 7 Lima X-ray, descending through 8800 for full stop with information Alpha.
November 7 Lima X-ray, Flagstaff Tower, thanks for Alpha. Enter your left downwind for runway 21.
Left downwind, runway 21, November 7 Lima X-ray.
This is a very lengthy runway. Since we are clear to land number 1, I'm going to start pulling the power back. We're going to start our slow descent. I'm going to get the flaps all the way to full right now, and that's just going to help us to get closer to our final approach speed here, even before we do our base. We're we're not following anyone, so we just have to wait for that runway to kind of pass about 45 degrees behind our left wing, and then we'll start our base turn. So just like that.
Number 7 Lima X-ray traffic stop. You're straight ahead, turning to base for runway 21.
Traffic in sight, November 7 Lima X-ray.
And we'll turn
Number
our
7
final.
Lima X-ray, thanks. Sorry, I forgot to mention it's the Mooney. Number 2 following the Mooney, turning to final, runway 21, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 21 following the Mooney, November
Gear
7
down,
Lima
flaps are
X-ray.
full, look at that. I'm going to do this almost perfectly. We've got... Oh, I spoke too soon because we're just slightly low, but I almost rolled out perfectly on it, so this is a pretty good little pattern that I've got myself going here. Like I said, maybe just a touch on the low side, so we'll correct for that. Got plenty of airspeed to work with. See if I can get a good landing out of this thing.
Hello, Flagstaff Tower. This is 2 Lima
Minus
Papa,
78.
maybe
I would
7
say that that's
miles,
pretty good.
North of Flagstaff.
Broccoli the Great with the better guess there.
Remember, 2
A
Lima
little bit of a
Papa,
high
Flagstaff
prediction
Tower,
there,
Roger. I'll just
M-Hawk.
assume you're the one 7 miles south of Flagstaff. Is that correct?
Yeah, so sorry, south 2 Lima Papa.
Number 2 Lima Papa, Roger. Enter left downwind for runway 21, Flagstaff altimeter 2988.
Left downwind for which runway it is? I guess it's runway 21 and altimeter 2988 to Lima Papa.
Number 2 Lima Papa, that's affirmative, runway 21.
Roger, thank you.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid landing.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, welcome to Flagstaff, taxi to parking via Alpha District.
And we'd actually like to taxi back to runway 21. We're going to do a VFR departure to the northwest.
Number 4 Mike Charlie, Roger, runway 21, taxi via Alpha.
21 via Alpha for Mike Charlie. So we're going to go to Grand Canyon National next. This is KGCN. While I'm taxiing, I'll give you guys a quick view. So we're going to depart here. We're going to head towards the northwest. We're going to need to avoid some terrain here. So what I'm going to do, Chad, is I'm actually going to come out and follow the highway here, Route 40. And then once we get clear of all this higher elevation stuff right here, we'll shoot right back up to the north here to Grand Canyon National.
Number 2 Lima Papa, just confirming we're entering a left downwind for 21.
Left downwind for 21.
And 8,500 feet should do the trick for that, as long as we stay along the road here and then kind of come up. Because if we try to go through this, there's some peaks that are above, like you can see here, 10.4. So we'll just kind of go and follow I-40 right here until we get to this kind of road right here, and then we'll follow that up north towards Grand Canyon National.
That's aircraft, Flagstaff information, Bravo now clear on wind 210 at 12, altimeter 2986, visibility down to 3/4 of a statute mile, light snow and mist, broken at 800, overcast 1,700.
Again, there's a reason why we have VFR weather set manually today, chat, because it would be impossible to do VFR stuff right now with the real world weather in this area. We picked the one day where it's snowing in Arizona to do the event, of course, so... That's the beauty of the sim. You can change the time of day, you can change the weather and do all that stuff, simulate a bunch of different things. So we are 100% not on real weather today. No Rex weather force today.
Flagstaff Tower, November 0 Delta Whiskey, IFR 12,000.
Traffic on final here.
Number 800 Delta Whiskey, Flagstaff Tower, semi. Number 122 Lima Papa, extend your downwind, I'll call your base.
I will extend the downwind to Lima Papa.
Well, that's pretty common for you, K-Monster,
I'm sorry,
since you're up
confirm you are
in
IFR,
Minnesota. You would expect light snow.
Yeah, and I just realized
pretty much at all times.
VFR patterns going in there.
Number 80 Delta Whiskey, if you maintain present altitude, that should be fine. I'm not sure why approach handed you off to me, but you can go back to Phoenix approach on 128.65. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I thought there was some miscommunication. No worries, I'll go back.
Thank you. November 7 Lima X-ray, welcome to Flagstaff. Same intentions.
General aviation parking for a turnaround, Alpha 4, November 7 Lima X-ray.
Roger, November 7 Lima X-ray, taxi to parking via Alpha.
Parking via Alpha, November 7 Lima X-ray.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, right downwind departure is approved. Wind 21012, runway 21 clear for takeoff.
Right downwind 21 clear for takeoff, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie. All right, let's go ahead and do leg 2, chat.
Number 124 Mike Charlie, sorry, I meant that. Right turn on course is approved.
Right turn on course for Mike Charlie. That was not my
Number
best
2 Papa,
entry to a
turn.
runway there, so let's get on the center line before we actually push the throttle up here. I got distracted because it dumped out all my whole flight plan, apparently. So we're going to have to put in direct to Grand Canyon National here when we get airborne, but let's go ahead and get flying before we mess around with that anymore. Positive rate number, usable runway
Number
gears
2
coming
Lima
up.
Papa, number 2 following a departing Mooney on the same runway, wind 210 at 12, runway 21, clear to land.
We'll start our right turn here so that we can go and follow the highway. Clear left.
Sure is pretty out here.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go right about here, and maybe another couple degrees here. We're gonna go ahead and again get the autopilot on. We're gonna go heading, and I'm going to do out, but then I'm gonna get my vertical speed up. 1,000 feet a minute. Just kind of glide right over to the highway right here, I-40, and we're going to follow I-40 once we kind of intercept it. Like I said, out past some of the higher elevation stuff here before then trekking on northbound towards Grand Canyon National. So we'll have to go eastbound a bit of a ways, or westbound, excuse me, a bit of a ways, about 24 miles. Frequency change proof for Mike Charlie. Thanks for the ATC.
I'll see ya.
So we'll go switch to Unicom now. And right now there's nobody online covering Grand Canyon National, so we will not get fly following on this leg. We'll just keep it on Unicom in the meantime. Howdy indeed. Thank you for the resubscription there, Mr. Sean Z, snow skier. Thank you so much. Hope you are enjoying your stay down in Miami or wherever, Florida, that you're at right now for training, because I'm sure it's way... Oh, and I wanted to do 8.5, chat. I'm already going higher than that. So I guess we'll go... let's get reduce this. Let's go back. We're going to go back down. 500 feet a minute. Oh, God. 500 feet a minute down back so that we can actually get the 8.5, because I wasn't paying attention to that. But, hope you're enjoying the weather down there, my man.
10 Hotel Alpha, 5 miles north of the field.
Is this going to be a round trip? So most people are going to be be back to Scottsdale, Rosenberg. I'm going to actually stop at Sedona. So right now I'm doing Flagstaff to Grand Canyon National. And then from Grand Canyon National, I'm going to do Sedona. And then I'm going to call it good at Sedona instead of going all the way back to Scottsdale. But other club members are going to be doing the full loop. Julian Silva, thanks for coming in today, buddy. Good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Oh, you're back in PA already, huh? And then AZ tomorrow. Very nice. Well, you'll be able to escape the cold. Although right now in Arizona, it's not exactly super warm. In real world, it's freaking snowing in Flagstaff. I got the sim set to VFR because of that, so... funny how that works sometimes. Here's our route, I-40 that we're going to follow, by the way, here, chat, for a little bit out towards the west before we go up north toward the Grand Canyon so that we can avoid some of this higher elevation stuff. We need to get pretty much to the other side of this little mountain right here before we turn northbound towards Grand Canyon is kind of what the plan is.
Sedona traffic correction, Jet 410 Hotel Alpha, overfly the field at 7,000, make a teardrop entry onto left downwind for 21, Sedona.
So let's hold our 8.5. Get the prop back here, 2300 RPM. Turn left a little bit to keep following the highway. So until we get around these guys over here, and then we'll be able to shoot up northbound without having to go higher than our 8.5. And we're in the midst of the Virtual USA Flying Club Home Field Advantage #1, the Virtual USA Flying Club Snowbirds. There's irony because this event was meant to get away from the cold weather, and again, in real life, like I said, it's freaking snowing in Flagstaff. But we have the sim set to VFR, so it looks and feels a lot warmer than it is. And we're just kind of cruising along here on our Mooney. And our next stop is Grand Canyon National. And then after Grand Canyon National, we'll be going to Sedona. Going to get a little bit further out following the highway here, and then once we start to get into some clearer areas in terms of terrain, we'll take the shot up to the north going towards Grand Canyon. 6,609 feet for Grand Canyon National altitude, so still pretty high in the elevation, but we are cruising right along I-40. Scottsdale, cloudy but not snowing. Yeah, Flagstaff, it's actually snowing because of higher elevation. Sedona, I think, too, is getting a little bit of rough weather. But yeah, even Scottsdale is not exactly the most beautiful of VFR days, which is why we have Rex Weather Force off, and we've got the sim set just manually to clear in a million. Let's see, if I was to put in to go direct to Grand Canyon from this location, what is that going to do for us? G, C, N. I think that'll be good, so let's make a heading and kind of start going that way to the north. Should be clear of all the obstacles now at 8,500 feet as we shoot towards GCN. Maybe not. Maybe we'll hold the heading right here, actually, so that we stay to the left of this guy before we just go and nav right to Grand Canyon National. Only about 12, 13 more minutes on this leg. Again, that first leg was our longest. We'll stop at Grand Canyon National, and then from Grand Canyon National, Sedona. But after Sedona, I plan to call it good. Not going to do the full loop today. Yeah, what timing too, indeed. I feel like this is like the one day of the year where Arizona doesn't have great weather, and we're doing a VFR event in Arizona. It just kind of figures that that's the way that it worked out. But, you know, sometimes that's just the way life is. I think we should be alright at 8,500 as long as we kind of stick the chase shot. We should be higher than this couple of little mounds right here. Sandunya. Apologize for the yawning. I do feel like I'm a little bit lackadaisical today on the stream. I apologize for that. Some beautiful land out here. Look at that with the mountain off the right there. It's very nice. Really good landscape that we've got going on for this event, so very nicely done. Again, Melvin Leroy, Brant Nyberg, also known as Melvin Leroy on Twitch, is the one that came up with this event idea. It's going to be the first of many of these home field advantage that he said he's going to do once a month, picking random home airports of different Virtual USA Flying Club members to fly to for events. This just happened to be the first one, with Scottsdale being the home airport for a handful of Flying Club members. Got a handful of Flying Club members that live out in Arizona, so that's the reason why we're doing this today. He threw in a couple of nice little destinations along the way here, and I think next month he's already kind of spoiled me with the details. Next month for the home field advantage, it looks like it's going to be my home airport of Stewart and Eric Flight's home airport of Plymouth, and we're going to do a crossfire between Stewart and Plymouth, so I'm looking forward to that as well. That event's going to go down on the last day before I go to training, so February 27th is when he's planning on having that event, and then I'm going to be going to training finally, long-term training on the Embraer 175 on the 28th of February is when I fly down to Dallas. So I've got one more month of freedom before it's time to really and truly get back to work, and we'll be streaming a lot less once we get to March. Head in the Cloud 2020, thank you for coming in today. Good to see you, my friend. Count is up to 20. If I believe I'm counting that right, we're up to 20 Flying Club members participating if we include the tower controller at Flagstaff, who is a Flying Club member. Another very nicely attended, solid event for the Virtual USA Flying Club this afternoon. We're making a pretty good impression on VATSIM with our conga line here from Scottsdale to Flagstaff, and soon people will be joining me from Flagstaff to Grand Canyon, and then Grand Canyon to Sedona. Gets pretty flat out here until we get to the canyon, and then obviously when we get close to the Grand Canyon we'll have quite a view going into Grand Canyon National. About 20 miles out, no more than about 7 minutes till we're on the ground in GCN. Again, thanks for coming in today, everyone. Happy to have you joining me for the stream this afternoon, a Saturday afternoon Virtuous Safe Flying Club event. The next Flying Club event is coming up on Tuesday in the evening. We're doing the Wyoming Free-For-All. I'll be hosting that one from 7 to 10:30 Eastern. So that's what we got to look forward to on Tuesday evening. I do plan on streaming for that one as well, chat. That'll probably be the next time I stream. I'll probably take the next few days off, as I will be turning 29 tomorrow. It is my birthday. So after tomorrow, you know, after today, I'll be taking a break from streaming for a few days before coming back on Tuesday to do that free-for-all event. State of Wyoming should provide plenty more good views in the sim. Appreciate that, head in the clouds. Thank you. Yeah, 29 whole years old tomorrow. I'm going to be 1 year away from 30. That's a scary, scary thought. Scary, scary thought, chat, that I'm going to be 1 year away from 30 years old soon. Having a bit of a quarter-life crisis, I feel like. Maybe a little past quarter if I'm 29, unless I plan on living to 100 or something, but... don't know how I feel. Get too old too fast. Oh, excuse me. What I really need to do is find a girlfriend. That's what I need to do. I need to get married and settle down soon. But in the meantime, hanging out with you guys, it ain't bad either. I won't lie. I enjoy having you guys as company for when I'm doing these kind of events and everything, so I appreciate that. Thank you. One of these days, I'll find someone. Kind of hard right now to date, though, with everything being COVID land. It is not easy, to put it bluntly. It is not easy right now. Kenny says, chicks cost money, we make you money. That's, yeah, you got a fair point there. Got a fair point. I like your thinking, Kenny, I like your thinking. What a disaster. Yeah, it is a disaster right now. Trust me, I know. Cleavon78. Yeah, I know. It just seems like life gets faster and faster, man. I'm gonna blink my eyes and I'm gonna suddenly, it's gonna be March 1st and I'm gonna be down in Dallas in training. You know? I'm going to try my best to enjoy the month that I have coming ahead for February, since it doesn't look like I'm going to be working in February. So I'm going to try my best to kind of enjoy that, at least a little bit. So we'll see. Should probably start descending here a little bit. We're within 10 miles. Grand Canyon National traffic. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie is 10 to the south. Inbound for a left downwind runway 21, Grand Canyon National. Everything, all these runways are all oriented the same way, so it'll be a left downwind for runway 21 into here. Let's go ahead and take the autopilot off. Start a descent for the traffic pattern altitude. Field elevation at Grand Canyon National is 6,609, so we'll call it 7,600 for the traffic pattern altitude. So we don't have too far to descend, but we are getting closer to the field here. About 7 miles. You can slowly start to see the field populating into the sim here. Got no ATC online currently, which is why we're going on Unicom, even though it's the tower field, because LA Center is off, and there is nobody covering the Grand Canyon Airport. Let's go ahead and switch the fuel tanks to the more full tank here for the landing. Start to trim up, hold our TPA here. See the field right here. We're again pretty much going to be perfect to enter the left downwind on the 45 from where we're at right now. And you can see the Grand Canyon out in the distance, which when we land at Grand Canyon National, I'll park in the ramp. We'll pull out the drone cam and we'll go check out the Grand Canyon a little bit, at least in this area, before we come back into the airplane and do our final leg over to Sedona. To our left downwind here. Grand Canyon National traffic, Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, left downwind for runway 21, a full stop, Grand Canyon. Bit of a wide downwind. Making noises? What do you mean? What am I doing making noises? Put the gear down. Went really wide here on the downwind. Probably could have gone a little bit closer, but that's all right. We're the first person out here, and I don't see any other traffic, so we'll be able to turn our base here right when the runway gets to our 45 behind the left wing. Good enough for me. Grand Canyon traffic, Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, left base, runway 21, Grand Canyon. Start slowing down for our final approach speed here. I believe I'm going to be a little high and tight, but that's okay. We will adjust as we need to. Last call. Oh, I forgot. Landing rate guesses if you want to do another one. Kind of gave you guys a little bit of a late warning here, but if you want to get them in real quick, you got about 10 seconds to squeeze in a landing rate guess if you want. Grand Canyon National Traffic, Mooney 4 Mike Charlie is final. Runway 21, Grand Canyon. If you want to try and sneak a landing rate guess in real quick, you got about 10 seconds. 10 seconds before I touch down here. Let's go. Oh, we're floating this one quite a bit. Minus 123. So a little bit firmer than our first one, but still not bad. And we'll exit left here, park in the ramp real quick. We'll go take the drone cam out and shake just a quick peek at the old Grand Canyon in the sim before then continuing on to Sedona. Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a floater, but we still landed in the touchdown zone, so it'll work. Grand Canyon National 4 Mike Charlie is clear of the runway. So like I said, we're just gonna pick a spot over here, any spot, just kind of park up for a second, throw the parking brake on. We'll leave the engines running because we're just gonna take a quick peek over at the canyon in the drone cam before we go back to our next leg. So like I said, we'll just pull that parking brake on real quick here. We'll leave the meter running. Let's go into the showcase cam. And there we go. Let's pick up the speed on this bad boy all the way to 100% so we can go exploring. Are you not going to let me go into the free cam? What's going on here? Oh boy. Really? It's not letting me... Does it really want me to turn the airplane all the way off for this to work? That doesn't make any sense. I've never had this issue before, chat. Well... like I said, usually in the showcase cam it doesn't have me controlling the airplane. It usually has me controlling the drone cam. So that's frustrating. I guess we're not going to be able to do the quick tour of the Grand Canyon. Oh well. We still got beautiful views coming up as we go from Grand Canyon to Sedona, so we'll just get right back on track here for the last leg of the day. No harm, no foul. So we're going to climb up to 9,500 feet for this one. And we're going to have to do something similar here, where we're going to not be able to go straight to Sedona because we're going to get all into this mountain range. So we'll come pretty much south to back to where we were on that I-40 again. And then from there we'll kind of cut over into Sedona that way. So about a 160 heading until we go towards Sedona when we get kind of clear of some of the higher terrain there. So that's what we'll plan to do. A little streamception there. Whoops-a-daisy. Alright, and let's see. Alrighty. Still no ATC on. Oh no, wait. Now we do have ATC, chat. LA Center just came online. Oh boy. 33.2. He's online now. Guess we have to talk to him, huh?
Center, November 7 Lima X-ray has the airport.
November 7 Lima X-ray, thanks. Center left, downwind runway 21, report turning base, please.
Left downwind runway 21, report base, November 7 Lima X-ray.
Center, good afternoon. Mooney 124 Mike Charlie on the ground at Grand Canyon National. Like taxi VFR to the southwest.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Oakland Center, I'm sorry, LA Center, hello, Grand Canyon altimeter 2985, wind 21013, gust 19er, runway 21, taxi via Papa and Bravo.
Papa Bravo to 21 for Mike Charlie.
Alaska 1364, descend via the Ironman 2 arrival, the Los Angeles altimeter 29901.
LA Center, good afternoon, Air Canada 2313, flight level 400.
Air Canada 2313, LA Center, hello, good afternoon.
Los Angeles Center, this is 2 Lima Papa, maybe 25 miles south of the Grand
Yes,
Canyon.
easy.
November 122 Lima Papa from Center, I'm sorry, LA Center, hello. The Grand Canyon altimeter now 2984, wind 210 at 11.
Put that in there for reference for now.
Advise when you have the airport in sight, plan a left downwind for runway 21.
Altimeter 2984 and runway 21, and I will tell you when I got the airport in sight to Lima Papa.
Thank you. American 5953 LA, are you on frequency?
Someone actually made a little scenery that we have installed here for Grand Canyon National. It looks like they did a pretty nice job.
American 5953 LA, hello, descend via the Lucky 1 arrival, except maintain 10,000. The San Diego altimeter 2994.
Taking the Lucky 1 down, 10,000, top of the altimeter. American 5953.
4 Mike Charlie's ready, short at 2-1.
November 4 Mike Charlie, before I get you going, did you want flight following or were you just going on your own?
Negative flight following.
Thank you, November 4 Mike Charlie. Got to about 3 coming in from the southeast at varying altitudes, so just use caution. Left crosswind departure is approved, runway 21, clear for takeoff, wind now 210 at 11.
Left crosswind 21, clear for takeoff, 4 Mike Charlie.
Number 7 Lima X-ray, traffic departing is a Mooney, wind 210 at 11, runway 21, clear to land.
Runway 21, clear to land, Grand Canyon, traffic in sight, November 7 Lima X-ray.
Let's go ahead and start our last leg here.
LA Center, good afternoon, 1046 with you, flight level 300.
Good at 1046 LA Center, good afternoon, reset transponder squawk 7230.
7230, United 1046.
Pause right, bring gear up. Again, we wanted about roughly a 160 heading, at least to start, because we don't want to go directly to Sedona right off the bat, so we'll start our left turn here, about a heading 160.
Los Angeles Center, UPS 2938 Heavy with you, flight level 360.
UPS 2938 LA Center, hello, ident please. UPS 2938, radar contact about 24 northeast of Tuba City. Sadly, the Tubas are not on sale today.
Climb up.
UPS 2938 Heavy.
It's 9-5.
Southwest 380, wind 170 at 5, runway 26 left, clear to land. River 4 Mike Charlie, traffic off your left wing out of 8,300 is a TBM. It's just turning the downwind. Frequency change is approved. He'll be no factor off your left side. See ya.
Traffic inside, frequency change approved. 4 Mike Charlie, have a good day.
You too, Mike.
Nicholas William Reed, LA Center. One of the VATSIM OGs, like literally one of the first guys ever on VATSIM. On LA Center right now. Helping us out at the Grand Canyon National right there for the departure. Very nice. And we're on our way to Sedona. take it VFR the whole way since Sedona is an uncontrolled field, so we'll just stay on Unicom here on out until we get to Sedona, our last leg of the afternoon. Sorry I couldn't get you guys a better view of the Grand Canyon because I don't know what was going on exactly with the drone cam there, but again, kind of get the view of it there. And I'm sure we'll do another event in the future that involves the Grand Canyon here at the Flying Club, so don't you fret. Slow the crime rate here as we get closer to our 9,500 feet. I don't understand this GPS. I tried to do direct Sedona and it's drawing something really weird. Don't understand it. Whatever. Coming up on our altitude. Hit the ALT button here. Doink. And hold 9,500 feet. And we've been leading the charge. You can see all of our Flying Club members are slowly making their way up to Grand Canyon National from Flagstaff. And then it looks like I'll be the lead guy into Sedona. Other than Jeffrey, who started at Grand Canyon National, he's going to Scottsdale, so he kind of went the reverse way there. 20 is still my count for the Flying Club members. I haven't seen anyone else added in just yet. So, again, 20, though, is a very, very strong count for a Saturday afternoon event for the Flying Club. So I'm very happy with that. Take that to the bank. Oh, I just realized, crap, I forgot to turn something on. This is gonna help so that we actually have the correct name in there for the resubs. I almost forgot that I have to do that now that I'm using OBS Studio. So now Sean should be the most recent sub. Very good. Got a whole new setup because for some reason Streamlabs completely dumped out my original setup. I was able to get pretty much the exact same thing set up in OBS Studios now, and so that's why you know, a little bit of growing pains as I had to adjust because I was having issues with Streamlabs and VATSIM 2020 and my computer and internet and everything. It was just a whole plethora of nonsense and issues, but seemed to have it sorted out enough where I'm able to stream and get on for you guys and do what I'm doing. So all is well that ends well, as they say. So I should really bring the prop back, huh? And give myself a little bit more oomph here. 2300 RPM will be good enough for me. Got a small little airport out over here. You can see the beacon for it. And we're pretty much just going to follow this heading right now until we get a little bit closer back to that I-40 near Flagstaff. And then once we kind of get to I-40, pretty much as soon as we get past this little peak right here that I'm tracing with my mouse right now, once we're past him off to its right, then we'll be able to kind of make the little 20-degree, 30-degree left turn, whatever it's going to be, to kind of cut towards Sedona.
Could I get a radio check on the Discord, please?
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
cruising right along. Guess that's kind of a neat little view right there too. We'll roll with that for a minute here. Get a real nice look of the detail of the Coronado Mooney VATSIM 2020 with a very nice. I love this. This red and gray paint job is spectacular. Far and beyond my favorite livery for the Mooney. Pretty much holding this heading until we get clear of this big guy right here, and once we're clear of him to the right, which I'm actually going to come slightly to the right here just a little bit more, just so we know we're going to be absolutely sure we're clear of him, and then we'll kind of start cutting it in towards Sedona. Only about 15 minutes to go. We've been at it for almost 2 hours already. This is a pretty lengthy flight for a Virtuous A Flying Club event, which is why we decided to choose the Mooney and go with something a little bit faster, as most people did. Most people are flying either the Mooney or Cirrus. I see a Baron, another Mooney, Bonanza. So yeah, everyone kind of got smart, Cessna 208, and picked something with a little bit of oomph for this one, since it is a longer flight. The Grand Canyon scenery was not payware, but it was not default either. It was a freeware for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and I can go ahead and grab that link for you right now. That's the free scenery for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 for Grand Canyon National Airport there that I had. That looked very nice. You just have to download that and stick it in your community folder, just like everything else with Flight Sim 2020. Take a look at our mountains here. Good view off the left.
We got a town hall thing going on with CLA, so I should go to that.
Sounds good, man.
Also just landed at Flagstaff. Me being me, I didn't set VFR and the weather's terrible.
Yeah, it's really brutal weather today. Of course, the one time the weather's bad in Arizona. We're almost clear of that one big peak that we had to avoid before we start turning it in towards Sedona. Not a problem, Cleveland. little bit more, and then we'll start turning directly towards Sedona. Let's go ahead and switch the fuel tank. Been on the right for a while. Alright, I think from here we'll be able to turn directly to Sedona, so what I'm going to do is get it kind of going that way again. Hit that, and we'll go ahead and hit the nav button. About a 144 direct to. And for some reason, the sim doesn't draw the line correctly on the GPS, but...
Flying the Flagstaff here and call it a day. Fun event. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you for that follow, Clevon78. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
appreciate you being here today.
The tower.
Got about 10 minutes left before we get to Sedona. Got uncontrolled field, so we'll be going in on our own accord. Make sure I'm not going to accidentally clip the Flagstaff. I didn't even think of that. Got to make sure I don't clip the Flagstaff class Delta airspace. I don't think I will. Nope, I should be good. You can see the ring right here. I should be, yep, well to the outside of that, so we shouldn't have to worry about crossing into the Delta there. Good views still to come, obviously, when we get closer to Sedona, but nice little mountain action over here as we get parallel towards where Flagstaff is again. And we'll start to see more of the Red Rock of Sedona, and we'll get to see the beautiful handcrafted Sedona Airport on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. It is one of their handcrafted strips, so we'll be getting that to enjoy that. And I've flown into this in the sim, and I've seen the airport in real life, and they've done a very nicely job of handcrafting this airport for sure in the sim. So it'll be very realistic. The airport itself will look very realistic, no doubt, when we get over there. The wind at Sedona is 220 at 5, and it's a runway 21, just like everything else in Arizona, it seems like. So we'll be entering this time, because of where we're going, it's going to be more of like a right base to runway 21 when we enter for Sedona. Dog is losing her mind at something outside. She's been barking away. I think she's just looking for attention. She'll get plenty of attention once I'm done flying, though, so nothing to worry about, guys. Genuinely handcrafted airport scenery, yep. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 handcrafted scenery. One of the ones that they had on their original package. I don't remember if it was on the Premium Deluxe or one of the, but it was one of their original packages where they had it done. And I don't blame him. It's a beautiful looking airport. Over with all the scenery around Sedona, like the way that it is. It's a good way to show off the quality of the visuals in the sim, without a doubt. They weren't dumb when they made these choices, that's for sure. We're getting warmer, about 5 minutes out. Field elevation at Sedona is 48.31, so we do kind of come down into the valley here a little bit, so we've got some altitude to lose once we actually start getting. So I tell you what, we might end up kind of overflying the field to join the left downwind, doing a more proper entry with it as being as high as we are going into the field. Nice for you. Thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, sir. So I don't know if you noticed, but you got a little one-stripe little epaulet on you because someone, it was stabbed to the face last night, gave out 5 gifted subs, and you ended up getting one of those gifted subs. So you'll notice that you should have all of my emotes and all of that as well. Should be able to use those now with your gifted sub. I don't think Stab to the Face is currently viewing the stream right now, but yeah, he's the one that gave those gifted subs out last night. Hello? Some noise being made outside my room. Broccoli the Great, thank you so much for the 1,500 bits. I really do appreciate that. That's a lot of bits. Thank you so much, my man. Very much appreciated. I'm happy that you're enjoying the streams. Like I said, I'm going to try and do them as much as I can until I go to training, and then once I go to training in March, it's going to be, let's just call it few and far between thereafter, because I'm going to actually start being really busy with work again and having to do, you know, real life stuff and real life flying and real life responsibilities and all that jazz. Sedona traffic, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie is 10 miles to the north. Going to overfly the field, join the left downwind for runway 21, Sedona traffic. So yeah, I'm going to try and get as many in as I can until I go to training, and then, like I said, Chad, it'll probably be very sparse, few and far between after that, because I'll be in long-term training on the Embraer 175 for at least a couple months, and then after that, unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to commute to either Chicago or Dallas, and so it's going to eat up a lot of my free time. So, you know, it's just the way it is being a pilot. So the vacation is slowly coming to an end. Got one more month really of freedom before it's time to do all that. But like I said, at least for the next month, I'll try and get as many in as I can for you guys. Autopilot's coming off, chat. Let's do this by hand. I can see the field down here in sight. We're going to overfly to join the left downwind. But I really do appreciate those 1,500 bits, man. Thank you so much. But the prop fill will give us a little bit of a speed break here as we slowly start to bring power out and descend towards Sedona. Gotta make sure we clear these little mountains here, of course. We don't run into any terrain, but look at how beautiful that is right here as we're coming into the airport. We're gonna fly right over downtown, get all the Red Rock views that you can handle. Again, so the airport we said was 48.31, so round up to 49. 59 is track pattern altitude, so we need to be at least 6,400 feet to overfly the field, so plus 500 feet. So we'll go about 6,500 feet, overfly the field. and to join the left downwind. And I'm not going to do the teardrop. I'm just going to overfly and then pretty much go directly into the left downwind. So I'm going to do a little bit of cheating there. Let's go ahead and put the spoiler, you can see right here on the left wing there. We'll put the spoiler out and slow down a little bit here as we're hauling some butt getting close to the airport here. And we'll overfly the field and we'll join the left downwind. Beautiful view coming into this airport. Put the gear down and get some more drag. Sedona traffic, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie is overflying the field to join the left downwind for runway 21 Sedona. You can see the numbers of where we're going to be landing. Beautiful handcrafted Sedona Airport. Beautiful Red Rock view right in front of us here. And we're already coming over the field, so I'll keep going down for that 5,900 feet for the traffic pattern altitude. Actually, I'm a little below that, where I wanted to be. I was reading my... Somehow I managed to read my altimeter wrong. So I'm a little bit low. But we're going to be number 1 to the field here, so we're not going to be too far off. Let's go ahead and get another notch of flaps in. That's a pretty brutal mistake, actually, misreading my altimeter like I did right there, chat. Not going to lie. I should be better than that, but alright. Sedona traffic, Mooney 4 Mike Charlie left downwind, runway 21 Sedona. This is an incredible view coming in here. I really would like to fly into this airport in real life at some point. Again, I've been to the airport physically, but we went via land. One day I'd like to actually fly in. I have to just turn right to final. This is a really sloppy pattern. If you guys want to get a landing rate guess, and I almost forgot again, real quick, get a landing rate guess, and you got about 10 seconds to make a guess. Sedona traffic, Mooney 4 Mike Charlie is on final for runway 21, full stop, Sedona. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy that time. Good view coming in though. Got distracted by the view almost. Minus 83, but with a bounce. Somehow that felt like it was harder than minus 83. But guess we'll take it. Wow, and we didn't even brake well enough to get that taxiway, so it looks like I'm rolling all the way out here. The game says minus 83, but I'm not convinced, chat. That was probably my worst landing of the 3, if we're going to be honest with ourselves. Yeah, no, I agree. That looked way more than minus 83. I think the meter might have lied to me on that one, because that was by far my worst landing of the 3. Because it was also just a very sloppy approach getting in there. But beautiful looking scenery. Can't have perfect landings all the time. We didn't break the airplane, so it is what it is. And you did win with the only guess. Sedona traffic, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie is clear of runway 21 Sedona. Almost forgot to make that call too. I am starting to get zoned out here at the end, which is why we're not going to do the leg back to Scottsdale, chat. We are going to call it good here at Sedona. This is our final stop tonight. Good view of all the Red Rock. And again, a good view of the airport, which they did a very nice job of handcrafting it, because this really does look very much like the actual Sedona airport when I came and visited it with my buddy Ian. So, Eltsmon, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. Maybe if I turn everything off, the game will let me use the drone cam this time. You gonna let me use the drone cam this time, game? Nope. No, you're not. Son of a bitch. Alright, well. Give you the best I can. Again, this is pretty much exactly what the airport looks like in real life. In terms of the building right there. And then you have the buildings. There's a little restaurant right here, this building. And then, of course, all the spots like this. There's the extended ramp out over here. And then, of course, the beautiful view. So very nicely done in terms of the handcrafting on this scenery by Microsoft Flight Sim. I'll give them the credit on this one for sure. This game always does really good with the visuals. It's a lot of the other stuff that they really need to work on, but the landing was minus 83, Kenny Monster, but I really don't think it was that. It was actually probably, honestly, my worst landing of the three, just because of the sheer poor quality of it. So I don't know. The landing rate meter might have lied to me on that one, but that last landing was not the best. So, alright. That's going to conclude the event for me. Again, Virtual USA Flying Club event. Looks like there's still quite a few handful of our boys that are still swinging around. A couple more guys that are getting close coming into Sedona here. So we ended up having a total of 20 was my final count. I think that's going to hold because I haven't seen anyone new join in at all. So 20 Flying Club members participating, including the tower controller, Flagstaff being a Virtual USA Flying Club member. So we appreciate him getting us there at ATC. Still a whole group of guys going into Grand Canyon. We were definitely leading the pack. We were the first ones here to get into Sedona of the main group. So all is well on that front. Always nice to have a 20 spot for the event count, especially on a Saturday afternoon. Virtual USA Flying Club, our next event is on Tuesday in the evening. So Tuesday, January 26th from 7 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We got the Wyoming free-for-all. Jackson Hole is the feature there. Other airports that I forgot all the names, so I'll have to look those over, obviously, before Tuesday. I'm going to be hosting that one. I'll also likely be streaming that one. I'll probably be right back in this Mooney, because it's another one where it's a lot of longer legs. So I'll probably be right back into this Carinata Mooney on Tuesday for you guys to stream this free-for-all event on Tuesday evening. Until then, that's probably the next time I'll stream. My birthday's tomorrow, so I'm going to be taking the next few days off from the stream and celebrate with some friends that are coming up from Long Island. Tomorrow, 29 years old. I'm going to be one away from 30. Hard to believe. Hard to believe, chat. Let's go ahead and raid someone before I get out of here. I think Brant is still flying. Yes, he is. Melvin Leroy. He's the one that put this event together. One of the Virtual USA Flying Club admin, and it looks like he is just landed at Grand Canyon National, chat. So we're going to go ahead and raid him. You guys say hello to him. Thank you guys for coming in today. Raid him. You guys say hello to him. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in today. What the heck? Why did my volume turn up on that? That was weird. There was a little bit of double something going on there. Sorry about that. But, oh boy, what happened here? Oh, Mesnak with the raid of 2. Thank you, Mesnak. But I'm actually closing up shop here. So Mesnak and whoever joined him, we're actually about to go raid Mr. Melvin Leroy, a.k.a. Brant Nyberg, the man who put this event together for the Flying Club. So I appreciate that raid, but we're going to hand you right on to the next one. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Have a great night, and as always, stay safe.